Hi, welcome to another travel video by Garyrosetravels. In this video, I'm going to be giving you our top 10 reasons why it is that we love to go travelling. Please click like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and also visit Garyrosetravels.com for all the best budget backpacker information and travel information. So in this video, you are going to be finding out what you as an individual can gain by going travelling, and also what new experiences await you when you go backpacking. People often ask us questions such as, what is it that appeals to you about travel? Why is it you choose certain destinations to go to? Aren't you afraid of travel? How is it that you're so willing to give up your life that you lead here? So I hope in this video it will answer some of these questions and also give a greater insight into what it is we really get out of travel. Please watch to the end of the video where I will be sharing with you our number one reason for going travelling, and also I hope this really inspires others to go. So first of all, why is it we go travelling? Quite honestly, to see the world. This world that we live in is so big, and whether your travel dreams take you to a new part of your own country, perhaps they take you to your neighbouring country, perhaps they take you all the way across the globe, it doesn't matter. It's all about living your dreams and seeing whatever it is in this world that really excites you. In this world we have arts, we have culture, religion, food, languages. There's so many amazing things. We've got animals, natural habitats, history, all these amazing things that are found in this world, and there's got to be something for everyone. So first, to see the world. So secondly, to escape the rat race. In England and in Europe, we lead lives that are absolutely dominated by work and making money and saving money. To not be part of this for 6 months or for a year or even just a few months is really liberating. And sometimes you've handed in your notice in your job and you've packed up your house, you've put all your belongings in storage or perhaps got rid of them, and all you're left with is yourself, your backpack, your passport. It's a really liberating feeling to not be part of this society that we're in. It's a really liberating feeling, basically. The only decisions you have to make are, where should we go? All the money you have is your own. You don't have any bills to pay, you don't have any rent. So yeah, to not be part of the rat race is definitely a big factor as for why we love to go travelling. We don't live an extravagant life when we travel. We are budget backpackers, but it doesn't matter too much because we're living our dreams. To become a better person, I believe that travel makes you a more well-rounded person. It definitely has me. Before I went travelling, I'd never really seen any parts of the world. I was quite naive, and when I did rock up to the countries I first visited, I was quite ashamed by my lack of knowledge, really. And the best way to overcome this was by immersing myself in the cultures. It's amazing to see how other people live, and also how excited they are to see you. It's absolutely lovely. One of the best things you can do to get that kind of warm, fuzzy feeling inside is to spend time with local kids, especially kids from poorer backgrounds, from rural communities, who they want to practice their English with you. And one of the best things to do is just sit down with them and practice their English with them. Often in many of the parts of the developing world, education is not free, and to see people's children and families who are so excited because their kids go to school, to see the enthusiasm on their faces when they tell you about school, what they've learned, what they've done, it's absolutely brilliant. In England, it's really hard to get kids to want to go to school. It's hard to engage with kids anyway. Um, you know, so to be surrounded by young people who are so passionate about education and learning is absolutely brilliant. So one of the best things you can do is just sit down with them, spend perhaps half an hour of your day just talking with them. When you see how proud the parents are because they've got children who can speak English, English is, if you could speak English in the developing world, it opens up so many doors. So for these parents to see that their child has learned and developed those skills, absolutely brilliant. It's a really humbling experience as well. So it's amazing, especially if you haven't got children. It's lovely to just sit down and find out about their lives, really. To explore. Often when you meet other backpackers, when you travel, there's a bit of a cockfest amongst backpackers. Say, I've been here and I've been there and I've done this and I've seen this and I nearly died. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is you want to go and explore. Some people, perhaps their journeys are of self-exploration. Sometimes part of our travels, I like to explore spirituality and religion and other cultures, and I do this by going to stay in an ashram. No, it's not adventurous in the way that we'd expect, you know. But it's about self-exploration. It's about discovering who you are, where it is you've come from, and getting influences from different religions and finding answers to these questions. So sometimes it's not about where you've been and how long you've been for. It's about what it is that it means to you, what it is that you've explored. So don't ever be put off by people who say, oh, you know, there's no point going there unless you push yourself to the limit. Not everybody's cut out for that. Not everybody wants to do that. So yeah, to explore can mean a whole range of things. To eat new foods is really important to Gary and myself, because when we work in England, we work as chefs in a very well-established restaurant in London. We are very fortunate to do that job. Thank you very much to our employers for letting us go and travel. So we're chefs, so food is really, really important to us. And also sometimes we volunteer to work in restaurants, to work in kitchens. Sometimes we volunteer to work in kitchens for religious gatherings, at religious sites we will work. We volunteer to work in one of the world's busiest kitchens, which is near the Pakistani border. It's in Amritsar. They serve 80 to 100,000 people a day, and it was an amazing experience. It was a humbling experience to be part of that kitchen team. It was amazing. I mean, you don't all have to do that, but things like that, absolutely brilliant. I met some fantastic people when we did it. So yeah, food is important when we travel. It's really good to see where it's your food comes from, and also it makes you more conscientious when you get back to England to see the hardships people endure so that you can eat the things that you do. Also in England we serve, I believe, low quality food from around the world. Very often the food that you are served in Europe is nothing like the food from its home country. So really go and explore it, go and find out what it's about. So food's important to us. So to meet new people, and by new people I do not mean new white people, sorry backpackers, but I don't. When we travel, we really like to eat local, we stay local, we travel local. Everything we do is local. We are budget backpackers as well, so this helps with that. So sometimes you get on a train, you get on a bus, and somebody gives you their baby, you're holding the baby. Perhaps you get another child put on your knee. Perhaps their luggage. Do you know what I mean? There's no breaking the ice, because the ice has been broken a long time ago. You have to just get on with it. You just have to deal with it, and these situations are absolutely brilliant for this. Yeah, you may not be comfortable with it at first, but there's nothing you can do. You just have to get on with it. It's how people live. In parts of India, Gary went into a mosque in Delhi. Obviously I can't go inside, so I was outside. I was perfectly happy to wait outside. Some ladies, they saw me, they took pity on me. and they invited me over. They were having a picnic in the garden near the mosque with their children, and we just sat and they shared their food with me. And they, again, their children, the ladies didn't speak much English, but their children did. So again, I just sat and spoke with them, and it was absolutely brilliant. They had a good look at my hair, they had a good look at my skin, and these ladies were Muslim, and they were covered up, but I was exposed, so they had a good look at me. Basically, it was amazing. It was a lovely experience. Yeah, it was very humbling to share their food. They weren't very wealthy, but it didn't matter to them. They just shared what they had. It was lovely. It was really lovely. And also sometimes when you travel for although I'm part of a couple, it's really lovely to be part of that kind of, there's a sisterhood, in some parts of the world. There's a real tight-knit sisterhood between the ladies. That's something that I don't experience here in London. Definitely not. I have a few close friends, but to be part of that huge network of women looking out for each other, it's lovely. It's lovely, and it's not something that I would ever get to experience. So yeah, meeting new people, learning about where it is they're from. You'll meet all kinds of different characters when you travel. So yeah, meeting the locals. Animals is really important to us. We absolutely love animals, and I would be amazed if I met people who didn't like animals. You don't have to be a avid nature enthusiast. You can be just a very casual viewer. You don't have to go to national parks and safaris. You don't have to wade through swamps with leeches. You don't have to put yourself at risk. You can just really enjoy animals in and around, local areas. But yeah, animals is really important to us, and we always pick our destinations based on what national parks there are. Even if you're, casual visitor, I'm sure there are animals in this world that you would love to see. New experiences when you travel. You have to sometimes just dive in feet first. I've done things which I never thought possible before. I've done remote trekking. I have, ridden camels across the desert, gone close to borders that I probably shouldn't have been close to. And all these experiences that you could never get. You'll never experience them in Europe. In Europe, we live such safe lives, whereas in other parts of the world, you really just have to put yourself out there and go and do it and experience it, because sometimes there's no way back and you just have to do it. There's on one of my blast off, there's a post on my Garyrosetravels.com site called Blast Off, which gives a really good insight into this. I had to go across this fast flowing river. There was a river at the bottom, and it was on two hillsides. Well, it was like a valley basically, and there was a little basket, and you get inside the basket and you pull yourself across. It was terrifying. It was really, really, really frightening. It's not something I would ever do, but I had to do it because you have to do it. There's no going back at that point. You've just trekked for hours to get there. You have to cross this river. You have to do it before nightfall. Get in the fucking basket and do it, basically, is what I'm saying. It was amazing. Not at the time, but now looking back, it's an amazing experience. You have to do it, and you have to just grab it with both hands and get in there and do these things. So yeah, new experiences makes you, again, a more well-rounded person. Learn new skills. When you travel, you have to be adaptable. You have to discover sides of your personality and dig deep and just discover new ways of doing things, really. You have to be adaptable is basically what I'm trying to say. You can't chuck the towel in early. Life is hard on the road, and you just have to be adaptable and get on with it. Sometimes you stay in places, there's no hot water, there's no electricity, it's freezing cold, there's nothing you can do about it. So what do? You do what the locals do. You sit in their little kitchen around their little stove, and you drink salted buttermilk tea, which is absolutely disgusting, but it's nothing else. And you know, you get on with it, and you learn how to survive in these conditions, and you know, you have to be adaptable, learn new skills. And finally, our most important thing that we draw from traveling is to really appreciate what it is that you've got. Most importantly, travel has made me appreciate what I have in this country. When you see how the rest of the planet live, in order for you to live the life that you do in Europe, it really is a very humbling experience. You know, we all have access to free education, we all have access to the NHS here in England. We don't have to walk for 3 days to go to a government hospital that might or might not treat you. We get all of the education opportunities we want. Education is free, learning, higher education, all these things we all have access to, and we should all grab them with both hands. We live in a country that has police, it has fire service, it has ambulance, all these government organisations that really care for us and clean up after us, and in a lot of parts of the world they don't have this stability. And all the time in England I hear people complaining about you know, they complain about politics, they complain about police, housing. Please go and live in a country which doesn't have any infrastructure. Go and live in a country which where their police and their army are corrupt. Go and live in a country where if your husband dies, you're a widow, you don't get any financial support, you can't work, you can't remarry, your children, they can't, you know, they can't work and marry. So yeah, what you can do, you're completely on your own. Go and live with these people, go and experience their life, because once you do, it will make you very fortunate for what it is you have got. And for us personally, that is the number one thing that I have drawn from travel. So that is our top 10 list of reasons that we like to go traveling, and also things which inspire us. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please visit Garyrosetravels.com for more travel advice, and again, click like and subscribe. Thank you.